Hello everyone, it's me Pavlo, and today we'll be talking about new digital tonal converter with headphone amplifier FiiO K11 R2R. And it's, as index suggests, it's their budget offer and it's desktop device. I already reviewed regular K11 and it was a really good offer for this price. But R2R in name means that it built with highly appreciated by audiophiles resistive grid for the digital tonal converter. It's the technology that was invented before modern Delta Sigma digital tonal converters, but still it's highly appreciated for its unusual sound, and FiiO decided that they want to work with this technology too. They are not the first who created such devices nowadays. A lot of companies offer their solutions with resistive ladder, but FiiO unusually decided to offer it in the budget segment, and the price of this device is just $170. It's a really affordable price for such device, and in this video I tell you everything. Why it's great, how it differs from the more traditional digital tonal converters, and we'll talk about how it's universal and so on. Besides that resistive array digital tonal converter that built with fully differential schema, FiiO used their amplification, so it delivers up to 1.3 watts from the balanced output, and offers a lot of connectivity options and other useful features. So let's have a closer look. As you can see, in terms of package, it's pretty simple, and external package was a bit damaged by local post. But anyway, so nice polygraphy. You can see the black device printed on the box, but actually mine is silver, as says the sticker. Let's go inside, and contents is pretty expected here. Sorry for that not really pleasant sound. So we getting some papers, device itself, and box with power supply unit and some accessories. So you'll get 6.3mm adapter, power supply brick, cable that corresponds your outlet in selected region, and the USB type A to USB type C cable. So basically everything that you'll need to run this device. In terms of design, it's surprisingly small and pretty attractive in my opinion. So it's made completely of aluminum, and it's not super heavy, but you definitely feel that it's not like the thinnest metal ever. So it has some weight, and combined with this rubber part on the bottom of the device, it provides you a pretty reliable stay on your desktop and pretty good grip with your desk. And there is a logo, and they even creating logo for the R2R technology. Most likely FiiO will reuse it in other products if this resistive matrix thing will become popular. We'll see it in the more high-end devices for sure, and I'm kind of sure that it will become popular, so we'll see it. All controls are located on the front and the back side. So let's start from the back. Everything is pretty simple here. We're getting power in. It requires 12 volts. You can use FiiO's linear power supply, but actually it doesn't make sense with this device a lot. That power supply unit that you get with this device, it's pretty sufficient for it. Then USB Type-C for input, then optical and coaxial input, and even line out. So you can use it as a pure digital tonal controller, converter of course, or you can use it as all-in-one device for plugging your headphones here. And we having 6.3mm single-ended output, pentacon for the balanced out screen, and the universal knob. So probably let's plug the cable, and it starts, quickly boots up and starts working. So short, just rotating the knob, we're changing the volume. Short presses changes input. So press it and then USB, coaxial, optical. And double press changes, sorry, it wasn't double press changes between phone out, line out with regulating volume, and line out with fixed volume. And as you can see, all volume levels are stored in memory of the device. And if we press and hold, we'll get to the menu. Here we can change gain, we can change output, phone out and line out. SAM, it's oversampling and non-oversampling mode. Then USB audio version. With USB audio 2 you're getting higher resolution but less compatibility with older device. In USB 1 mode you're getting less resolution, but it works better with old device like some gaming consoles and stuff like that. Then you can set LCD brightness, LCD timeout, and a few settings for this RGB on top. If you don't like it, you can turn it off. There are some versions like pulsing, not pulsing, what it should display, and so on. You can see in the manual what they mean. Then idle, time off, firmware update, reset, and firmware version, and return back to the main menu. As you can see, you can control virtually everything from this knob pretty easily and reliably. So nice device in terms of design, in terms of controls and other stuff. Actually, even on video you can see that this combination of blue and silver looks, in my opinion, pretty good. FiiO really well balanced the brightness. It's not too dim, not too bright, so pretty attractive. And that rare case when I don't feel the instant desire to turn this light off. Let's talk about the most interesting part, about the sound. So as you can see, I went full FiiO. It's K11 R2R, it's FT5, and it's M17. I didn't connect M17 for now. I put it here just to show you some example tracks. I tried this combo as my headphone setup. I often listen to music while I'm working at my laptop, and usually I use FiiO R9 and R7 before that, but for now I connected it to the R2R and used it. Also, I try it in my, well, I can't call it big setup, in my speaker setup. I am using Nu Prime headphones amplifier, sorry, not headphones, speaker amplifier, and Shenling Jet as speakers. So also I try it in this setup, and it's pretty great actually in this role too. So if you have some not super high-end speaker setup and you want to try that R2R sound, that multi-bit resistor ladder sound, it can be a really great option here too. And also I try it with M17 as transport just to test that it's also a viable setup, so it's really universal device in all aspects. And with it you basically getting two sound signatures that are pretty distinctive. And probably it was the idea of FiiO, of course. In the non-oversampling mode, it delivering like full R2R power, that analog and vintage sound, pretty soft, not like you know, soft and less refined compared to some modern Delta Sigma devices, but at the same time with superb saturated harmonics and really interesting experience. And in the oversampling mode, you're getting sound that is closer to modern digital tonal converters, more defined with faster attacks and decays, but at the same time with also slightly boosted emotions and dynamics. So not like micro contrast focused, but a really different signature. So great, it's always great to have like different sound signatures. You can switch between them and appreciate them more, like eating something savory after something sweet sometimes help you to get more of that taste. Same with audio here. But let's go for some examples. As you can understand by me being wordy, sound here is really great. It's probably not like modern sound, it's not a FiiO's typical sound, but what sense in making like another device with the same sound? If you want more traditional modern natural uncolored sound, you have regular K11 not R2R version. But here we're speaking about more saturated. So bass. With non-oversampling mode, bass is warmer, more weighty, and with more highlighting of that overtones and nuances. It saturates instruments, they sound bigger, they bass notes are sounding closer to you, but at the same time they are a bit diffuse, not like sharply defined. Textures are a bit softer, not like soft, you know, like lacking of details. Details are present, but they are some not on the first stage. Depth is good, but not the maximum, because there is a slight roll off at the depth of the bass, but still it goes almost to maximum depth. And in the non-oversampling mode, you're getting more punch, you're getting faster bass, you're getting better attacks and decays, you're getting more crispness, more resolution, and less weight. So basically, you can select whatever you like more. And for example, for the genres where you need dominating low frequencies, I prefer oversampled mode. And with instrumental music, not oversampled mode often sounds great, and you know that with that sense of more realism, despite of being not that focused on the small nuances, but thanks to that saturation of probably emotions, you're getting sometimes better immersion. And first example, actually I prefer it in both modes. Probably I like oversampled mode a bit more because it's really rich and textured low frequencies with a lot of things going on, and better resolution and focus on the detailization sounds better here. But in the non-oversampled mode, it also sounds really pleasant, but this track percepts noticeably different, with more focus on the low frequencies and less focus on the three-dimensional effects. And the second example, actually, surprisingly, I prefer it more in the non-oversampled mode. I really like Metallica's of Cliff Burton's era. I admire his bass work, and maybe I'm not educated enough in this aspect, but I think that Cliff was one of the probably the person that gave Metallica their sound, and also he influenced heavily heavy metal bass scene, redefining the role of bass player. And I really like the Call of Ktulu, and especially his work here. And you know, by logically thinking, oversampled mode should sound better for the heavy metal music because of more definition, more aggressive guitars. But in the non-oversampled mode, focus here shifting to more to bass and less to the cymbals and high guitar overtones. And because of that, bass guitar part is more noticeable here, and I really like that different representation of this track. So really good experience. For the mid frequencies, you also getting two signatures, as you can easily expect. In the non-oversampled mode, you're getting more intimate stage, but at the same time, vocal often moves more forward because of slightly boosted emotions. So vocalists sound more intimate and closer to you. On superb recorded vocals, it's like absolutely great experience, especially with technical headphones. You're getting all that sound of moving lips and all that additional sounds that great recorded vocal tracks have. In the oversampled mode, you're getting more definition, more focus on the instruments, more separation, and at the same time a bigger stage. It's above average, not huge, but above average, with better defined instruments, with more three-dimensional effect, but with less of that magical moving vocal forward. And it's great that you having two signatures in one device, you can easily toggle between them. And actually, surprisingly, it's really critical for the quality of records. Not super critical, but I definitely enjoyed it more with better recorded material. So, and also I prefer it with PCM tracks, not DSD. But of course, it's more a matter of preferences. In both modes, you're getting slightly boosted emotions, but in non-oversampling, it's more. And pretty decent dynamics, that's surprisingly good for this price tier. So let's get to examples. First one is No Quarter by Led Zeppelin. Maybe it's a bit of, psychosomatic, maybe it's a bit of hypnotizing, but I really enjoyed it in the non-oversampling mode. More vintage, more analog sounding, really enjoyable. And probably it was the way it was listened when this album was first released, sounding really great and really interesting experience. And come on, next track. And actually, this track sounds a bit better in the oversampled mode. It's Amber Rubarth, A Kiss to Build a Dream On. Actually, it's super enjoyable in the non-oversampled mode because of the vocal moved forward. But in general, in the oversampled mode, other instrument sounds more clean and clear and well defined. So I prefer it in the oversampled mode a little bit more. But both options were great, and I listened to this track like 5 times in different modes. And treble, actually, it's not like a really treble focused device. In both modes, treble is a bit softened. And in the non-oversampling, it has more extension, it has decent overtone saturation. Of course, no like rich layering or crispness or super clarity or super energetic sound, but at the same time really good with sibilance. If you don't like sharp trebles, it's great option for you absolutely in both modes. And in the non-oversampling mode, treble is a bit even a bit more rolled off, sounding a bit softer. Basic overtones are really good and well controlled, but don't expect like superb extended treble. But with many tracks, it can be even a plus because it hides some issues with treble and sounds pretty clean. You're still getting enough of overtones for instruments to sound realistically, but getting less energy and less air and sometimes less splashness. So in many cases it's a plus, in other cases it's a minus. But as I've said, I can repeat it once again, there were no much sense in creating device with a traditional sound. And let's... Sorry. First one, it's Forever Not Yours by Aha. Absolutely outstanding vocal, and the treble here in the non-oversampled mode is just enough to give the shine to this vocal, and that emotional representation of the non-oversampled mode really gives a life to this track, and it's great sense of immersion into this track. And second example, come on, it's Pupville by David Grisman. Great guitar work, and here oversampled mode does a bit better job because of more definition and better overtone saturation that really benefits this guitar. So, to summarize, superb experience, and not traditional and mainstream, but two really great sound signatures if you prefer like more musical representation over more technical or like more natural, more monitoring one. Speaking about pairings, it's actually a pretty universal device. From one hand, you're getting a really low background noise level, really quiet, even with pretty sensitive earphones. In-ear monitors, it stays almost quiet, and with not super sensitive, you're getting a great black background. And with full-size headphones, it has enough of driving power to drive them properly. Probably you know there is not much sense in pairing it with some high-end models with top segment because it's not not created to deliver you maximum focus on neutrality. Of course, if you have some other device and you're getting this digital tonal converter as an alternative option, it's a great thing. It's not expensive, and for me, it's that amount of money you can spend to try this sound, and it's great in this role. But it drives pretty well vast majority of full-size headphones in terms of power without any issues, even high impedance ones. Especially from the balanced output, of course. Single-ended, not super powerful by modern scales, but also has more than enough power. But probably I'd pair it with some mid-segment planar headphones to get the maximum from it, but it's more of my subjective opinion. Speaking about the comparisons, actually regular K11, it's like maybe not night and day difference, but like pretty opposite sounds. K11 is more bright and focused on the micro contrast. This one is more musical and focused on the emotions and coloration. Also, like we've got small digital tonal converters like R7. Sorry, RU7, it's RU7. It's not a fair comparison because it has more powerful amplifier and so on, but still both are like R2R, but Kane is slightly more natural with less coloration here. And well, what else we've got? Maybe FiiO's K7 and K5 Pro, they are more natural, more traditional, more focused on the micro contrast with better dynamics and treble extension, but this one is more on the colored sound of things. It's created to color music. And also FiiO Zen DAC that I reviewed recently, third version, it's actually pretty close to this one in the oversampled mode. They have some similar traits, but this one has extra non-oversampled mode with even more warmer sound, and Zen DAC delivers a bit better treble performance here. So, to summarize everything, this digital tonal converter created to deliver colored, fun, engaging sound, and it definitely does that. So I really recommend it to you, but keep in mind that it's not for the sound purists, for the monitoring representation or something like that. If you're looking for unusual representation, it's not actually unusual, but like less traditional sound representation, it's a great device, and thanks FiiO for creating such thing and making it that affordable and that versatile. Thank you for listening, thank you for your attention, and of course have a great day.